Alright, hello PT friends, my name is Jake, and today I have the biceps stretch, the supination pronation stretch, and then wrist and hand strengthening. So to start off, I'm going to show a stretch that you can do for the biceps, and essentially for this one you can do this in either a doorway or I just grab a chair here. You just want to make sure it's a nice stable surface. So essentially all you're going to be doing is you're going to be grabbing with the palm of your hand and part of your forearm, just fix it against something solid, and then you can take a step in front and you can stretch the arm, keeping it straight behind you to get a nice stretch in the bicep. And if you want to come over and do it here, perfect. So line up the wrist and arm. Now you can 1 foot forward and get a nice stretch there, keeping the arm mostly straight. Okay, good. All right, and then the next thing is a way to modify this is this can also be done on the floor. So if you get down on the floor here and you can put your arm behind you and keep that nice and fixed, and then if you just do a little scoop forward, you get the same exact stretch just done in a seated position instead. All right, moving on to supination and pronation stretch. Can I have you take a seat? All right, so for this one, essentially all you're going to be doing is you can rest your arm slightly onto your leg, and then for supination you can try and hold your palm up facing the ceiling as much as you can already, and then to get a little more of a stretch you can place your other hand on top over here and you can provide a little rotation over the top to get more of that supination. That's perfect. Okay, and then pronation stretch is exactly the opposite. So you can put your arm, try and put the palm down to the ground as much as you can. Okay, good. And then you can do the same thing. You can place your other opposite hand over the top, and then you can provide the rotation downward to get your palm to face more down on the ground. Okay, perfect. So then the next thing that I'm going to show is just a few strengthening exercises for the wrist and the hand. So to start off, I just have a simple TherBand here. And if you put this under your foot, there you go, you can do the same position where you're resting your arm here with your thumb pointed up towards the ceiling. And then all you're going to be doing, you can even place the other hand over the top here to keep your forearm fixed. And then you're just going to be moving your wrist up and down. And that's going to be radial deviation, strengthening. Okay, perfect. And a little modification you can do for this is instead, if you don't have any TherBand but you have a little weight laying around, you can do the same thing, have it fixed and going up like that. And you can hold on to your forearm for support. All right, perfect. All right, and then the next thing, to do some ulnar deviation strengthening, you can hold the TherBand out in front of you like this, keep one of them fixed, and then just go out to the side with the other one. Go ahead. Perfect. All right, and then another wrist strengthening and hand strengthening exercise that you can do. I happen to have one of these little hand clamps lying around, and essentially this is just going to help working the hand flexors and wrist flexors and stuff like that. So you can do that, and you can give her a squeeze. Perfect. All right. And then another simple exercise for working some of the hand muscles and even some of the wrist ones too, as well, as I have a little stress ball lying around. It's not a lot of resistance or anything. And the same thing can be done with putty and stuff like that. But you can just work around with it, play with it, and squeeze it. All right, perfect. And then the only other exercise I was going to show is you can do some wrist flexion exercises using a weight or even a TherBand, and you can just let it come down like this, and then you can flex it up like that, and you can hold on here and keep your forearm supported. Go ahead. Want to keep that arm nice and fixed. Perfect. All right, awesome. All right, sorry, I forgot one more thing to add in here. So similar to the wrist flexion using the weight here, you can do the exact same thing, but obviously for wrist extension, just with the forearm pronated instead. So we can throw that in there. Okay, yep, and you can hold on to your forearm for support. And perfect. Now that's all I got for you guys.